Good afternoon and welcome to Wholesome Roots. Today I'm going to begin a series called Forage Fridays. We are going to look at a specific herb or plant, usually ones that are in the wild, sometimes cultivated, that can be used for either food or medicine. So first look, we are going to spotlight Queen Anne's lace. This beautiful wildflower can be found all over the United States and over in Europe as well. As with any wild forage food, you must always use great caution when identifying the plant. Be sure that you have a positive identification on every aspect, preferably with the eyes of an experienced forager helping you with the identification for the first couple of times that you come across a new plant that you're learning. Also, always use caution when consuming any new plant, whether it be from the grocery store or from your backyard. Some people have allergic reactions to certain parts of plants or certain plants. Also, please use caution in any medical advice. None of these things are going to be effective for everybody in the same way, so use caution with any medical advice you find from me or anybody else online. And make sure you do your own research and know what you are working with very well before you try consuming anything. Queen Anne's lace has fern-like leaves. They have an umbel-shaped flower, usually with a purple center. There'll be one bloom in the center that's got a little purple spot. And the one thing that's very important to remember is that there are poisonous lookalikes, so you always want to look at the stem. So the stem has to be hairy. There has to be a hairy stem. So remember, Queen Anne has hairy legs. Also, there's usually this beautiful pattern on the bottom of the bloom of leaflets that fan out. That's another way to look at for identification purposes. Queen Anne's lace is typically 2 to 4 feet tall. It can grow taller. I've seen them quite taller. This one's kind of a small one all by itself right here. The ones that were over there on the edge of the goat paddock were much taller, and the goats ate all of those. I've also seen where Queen Anne's lace has been mentioned as a good wormer. So it's a good thing that my goats are eating it. It's a good forage food for animals and for people. So it's a win-win. There is some caution that needs to be used, as Queen Anne's lace can become invasive in some areas of the country. You may not be able to get Queen Anne's lace seed if you live in certain parts of the country where it is considered a noxious invasive. So it is found all over. It likes to grow along the edges of the road in open fields that aren't being used. You see it's back here in our pasture. The goats have already eaten down quite a bit of it, and we can harvest some of this ourselves. I think what I'm considering doing is harvesting the leaves and making a pesto. I used to do a carrot top pesto when I would grow a lot of carrots and I'd have all those tops. It's really nice. Just blend it with some olive oil and some garlic, and it makes a really nice pesto dish to put on pasta or anything really. Crackers, toast. So there's many food uses for Queen Anne's lace as well as medicinal. Queen Anne's lace is basically a wild carrot. It is related to the carrot. The leaves are very similar to carrots. It is a biannual, so the bloom doesn't come up the first year. You'll just see the leaves. In fact, when I first saw it growing out here, my first thought was, is it yarrow? It is very similar in its appearance in the leaf to yarrow as well as carrot. It smells like carrot. It has a taproot that is very similar to carrot, but it's a little rougher. It's not as tender and juicy as a carrot is, but it is edible, and it can be used as a coffee substitute if it's roasted. The leaves can be made into a poultice with honey to apply to an ulcer on your skin that helps break down any bacterial infection that you may have. The flowers are edible, the seeds are edible, the entire plant is edible. So some people will take the flowers and they'll dip it in batter and fry it and eat it as a fritter. Some people take the flowers and use them as an infused oil or a tincture for other uses. Can be used fresh, it can be used cooked. The leaves can be put into a salad or to a soup or a stir fry. It has known to be beneficial to treating kidney stones and bladder issues. So this first Foraging Friday is meant to be an introduction to some information about Queen Anne's lace. Now it's up to you to do further research and find out if it's something that you want to use, if you are able to identify it in your own settings, in your own backyard. So keep on foraging, keep on finding out more information about plants that grow native around you that you can use in your medicine cabinet or in your pantry. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future Foraging Friday videos. Thank you for watching Wholesome Roots.